Your Pittsburgh Steelers got a huge win, 23-20 in overtime at the buzzer from a Chris Boswell field goal traveling 53 yards against the Cincinnati Bengals. They go 1-0 on the season in a huge way. My biggest takeaway, I'm Chris Carter of the Locked On Steelers podcast. This is your quick hit Locked On Now. My biggest takeaway, y'all. This defense is ridiculous. Now, yes, we got to see what's up with TJ Watt. It's believed that he may have torn his pec. If he is, that looks like maybe a season-long injury. But this was a team effort from the defense. Alex Highsmith got 3 sacks. Minkah Fitzpatrick had the pick 6, 14 tackles, and a blocked extra point that kept the team alive. And he broke up other passes as well. Like this was an unbelievable performance. Kello Witherspoon with an interception. TJ Watt with an interception. Cam Sutton with an interception. Should have had another one, but it was called back for a penalty that the Bengals seemed to never get called for. It was just a remarkable performance of keeping the fight alive at all times. That's where I think the Steelers get the most credit from. I said in the Thursday preview, when we were doing the crossover with the guys from Locked On Bengals, I said, this is a game that Mike Tomlin normally finds a way to win. He gets his guys motivated. It was seen on TikTok from Najee Harris. He posted that Mike Tomlin gave the entire team black Air Forces. And for those who don't understand, that meme is basically a joke. If you wear black Air Forces, you're one tough dude. And that's what they were. They went in there. They punched the Bengals in the mouth. The Bengals did eventually punch back after several calls allowed them to catch their breath. But what was impressive was the Steelers never lost their focus. They never lost the hope that, hey, if you get this job done, you'll be able to get in. I thought the biggest mistake of the game, to me, that was schematic, was on the final touchdown the Bengals scored in regulation. They should have doubled Jamar Chase. They should have had him bracketed. But considering how much they outsmarted Joe Burrow for an entire game, he threw 4 interceptions, had 2 fumbles. One of them was lost, only threw 2 touchdowns, 33-50. He had a passer rating worse than Mitch Trubisky. I get that one moment was rough, but this was a beautifully schemed game from Mike Tomlin, Terrell Austin, Brian Flores, whoever was calling the defense. I know there's always been talk about who actually calls the defense for years for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't care. Whoever it is, they deserve the credit. And this defense also as a whole deserves a lot of credit. I even saw Miles Jack and Devin Bush making plays around the field. Robert Spillane even got in on a sack. This was a complete team effort. Cam Hayward, Larry Ogunjobi, even saw DeMarvin Leal getting up in there, the rookie. This is just a raw reaction. I had to compose myself afterwards because I was like, wait a minute, what do I even talk about? Because I'm so caught up in, the last drive with Mr. Trubisky, who was terrible for most of the game, just figuring it out and just saying, hey, let's get the ball here. Let's get the ball there. Deontay Johnson with one of the best catches I've ever seen with a one-handed grab and the toe tap down the sideline. That Pat Freiermuth with a huge grab that got the Steelers down the field. This was just a true team win at all costs. Now, did they in doing so, did they cost themselves the season? And not cost themselves, is the injury to TJ Watt season ending? We're gonna find out. But there's a lot to break down from this game. I'm Chris Carter of the Locked On Steelers podcast. Man, it's crazy. That was just one of the craziest roller coasters we're on. I'll have a lot more for you on the full episode of the Locked On Steelers podcast. Stay tuned on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Odyssey, or anywhere that you get your podcasts. We'll be breaking it a lot more down here, right here on Locked On Steelers.